I was bound by heavy sorrow, tied to guilt I couldn't name. Every step was one more struggle. Every prayer just felt the same. But love reached down through shadows and whispered through my pain. There's freedom in the suffering, from the nail that broke your chains. I stood before the cross that morning, my sins laid bare in life. I thought he'd turn away from me, but mercy held me tight. That nail that pierced his body tore through my darkest stain, and heaven cried with power and grace at the nail that broke my chains. The nail that broke my chains held more than iron and wood. It held the weight of every wrong and made it right for good. It didn't just end his story, it rewrote mine in flames. Redemption poured from Calvary through the nail that broke my chains. Now I wear no crown of failure, no more shackles on my soul. His blood became my banner, and his pain has made me whole. I walk the road he walked before, and I sing through every rain. For I am free forevermore by the nail that broke my chains. It wasn't just a symbol, it was power wrapped in pain. It shattered hell in silence, and it broke my every chain. The nail that broke my chains still holds me to this day. It's not the wood that saved me, but the love that made a way. So when I fall, I rise again, and in my heart remains the story of my victory in the nail that broke my chain. Oh, praise the Lamb of glory for the nail that broke my chain.
They told me I was broken, that my past had sealed my fate, but grace was still unspoken till mercy walked in late. The world had drawn conclusions, but God was writing slow, a story marked by blood and love, with chapters yet to go. They counted me a failure, they said you're done, you're through. But Jesus stood beside me and whispered, I'm not through with you. His hands erased the verdict that shame had stamped on me. Now I'm living proof of heaven's truth, that grace will set you free. Heaven is the last word, not the wounds that speak my shame. Not the chains, not the failures, not the voices calling blame. When the devil says it's over, Jesus says just wait and see. 'Cause heaven is the last word, and he's still speaking over me. I once walked in the shadows, I hid behind regret, but now I rise in mercy's light. God's not finished yet. The grave tried to claim me, but the stone rolled far away. Now redemption wears my name in fire and sings Amazing Grace. No battle ends in silence. If Jesus takes the lead, he'll turn the final sentence into what my soul will need. Heaven is the last word. Let the angels sing it loud. Every tear will turn to glory, every knee before him bow. When this life fades to ashes, there's a light that I will see. 'Cause heaven is the last word, and it's written over me. Yes, heaven is the last word. Forever I'll be free. Ooh, oh, yeah.
They rolled the stone, they sealed it tight, thought darkness had the final right. But God was moving in the deep, while men were sure I'd stay asleep. The world had given up on me, buried dreams no one could see. But from that place of dirt and dust rose mercy, love, and holy trust. The grave didn't get me, the chains couldn't hold. When Jesus walked in, the silence turned bold. He called me by name through the dark and the cold. The grave didn't get me, grace took control. I was wrapped in shame too long, but the cross rewrote my song. He broke the tomb that lived in me and set my shattered spirit free. Now every scar is testimony, every tear is washed away. Death may roar its empty threats, but it lost its voice that day. The grave didn't get me, I rose when he called. The past tried to claim me, but his love stood tall. He rolled back my sorrow, he lifted it all. The grave didn't get me, Jesus took the fall. The chains couldn't hold. When Jesus walked in, the silence turned bold. He called me by name through the dark and the cold. The grave didn't get me, my soul too weak to stand. I had no words, just silent tears, a life worn down by wasted years. The weight I carried deep inside was more than flesh or pride could hide. But in that sacred, quiet place, I met the fire of holy grace. You found me at the altar where I laid my burdens low. I had nothing left to offer, just a heart in need of hope. But mercy met me kneeling, and love began to flow. You found me at the altar, and you wouldn't let me go. The world had called me lost and done, but heaven saw a rising sun. And in your eyes I saw my worth, the reason you came down to earth. Now I don't walk the same old road, my chains are gone, my story's told. You saw the wreck but called me whole. You gave me peace and made me bold. You found me at the altar where I broke and came undone. You reached into my darkness and pulled me toward the sun. Now I sing with freedom rising from the ashes of my soul. You found me at the altar, and you made this sinner whole. You found me at the altar, and now I'm finally home. No crown I wear can save me, no work of mine will do. No words I've ever spoken can make my spirit new. The world will offer answers, but they all come at a cost. There's nothing that can save me, nothing but the cross. I searched through all my sorrow, tried running from the pain, but every road led deeper till I cried out his name. And there upon that hillside, where mercy met the lost, he broke my chains forever with nothing but the cross. Nothing but the cross, where love bled through the nails, where sin was nailed to silence and grace began to swell. My soul found its redemption, my shame was torn and torn. I stand here now forgiven by nothing but the cross. That rugged tree still calls me through every doubt and trial. It tells me I'm still chosen and held through every mile. The blood still speaks salvation, no matter what the cost. My hope is built on nothing, nothing but the cross. Not silver, not religion, not the praise of man or fame, just the Lamb who bore my burden and took my sin and shame. Nothing but the cross, Ooh, yeah, yeah. I walked down paths that led to nowhere, chased the wind and lost my way. I searched for peace in broken places, but peace was just a word I'd say. My soul was tired, my hands were shaking. No map could help this aching chest, till I found Jesus on the roadside, the road and the rest. He didn't ask for something perfect, just a heart that's tired and real. He lifted up the weight I carry and taught these wounds how to heal. Now every mile is marked with mercy, and every trial becomes a test. But I keep walking 'cause I found him, the road and the rest. Jesus, the road and the rest, the answer to my wilderness. When I was lost in the dark, he lit a fire in my chest. I don't need to know tomorrow, I just trust the steps he's blessed. Jesus, the road and the rest. There's no direction like his whisper, no compass like his grace. Even storms can't shake my journey when I see his face. And when the night grows heavy, I lay my worry on his chest. For he is more than just the way, he is the rest. He walks with me through valleys low and climbs with me each hill. When my strength is gone, he carries on and speaks, be still. Jesus, the road and the rest, the calm within my wilderness. He turned my fear into trust, my broken path into blessed. Let the world chase all it wants to, I've already found the best. Jesus, the road and the rest. Yes, he's my road and he's my